Oh, well, whatever. Sorry, I usually have the countdown, but I pressed the wrong button. Welcome to
Oh, we're
another
live
Friday
already.
YouTube live stream where we have a guest. We take a look at your apps, and sometimes we go live right away. I usually have a little countdown playing, but I pressed the wrong button. So we're live. Let's do it. Let's not do it anymore. Today, we're going to talk all about search ads. Now, I'm super bullish on search ads from a monetization retention perspective. We've seen just from the attribution channels that we have that it is one of the best channels for all of that, right? It just makes sense. Search intent is one of the best intents from a marketing channel because it's more of a pool type of game, right? Like people are actually searching for the right things that are relevant to your app. But the problem with search ads, and I've been dealing with this too, is sometimes it is so freaking slow to load and very hard to manage, especially when you're running a huge budget and you have tons of keywords and you need to update the bids and all that jazz. And that's why I wanted to talk to this guy because they're from searchads.com. That's going to really make it easy for you to manage all your search ads campaign. So searchads.com, part of the mobile action company as well. But today my guest is Yusuf. Now, let me get the name right. The last name. Barutcu.
Barutcu. Yes, that's good.
He is the UA advisor for Apple search ads at searchads.com. Yusuf, welcome, my friend.
Hey, Steve. Hello. Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me here. I am super excited to talk about the best practices about Apple search ads and how we can just run the best performance there and based on attribution and subscription as well.
Yes, sir. All right, Yusuf. Well, let's start. Well, I want to check out Apple search ads too. Here it is. So searchads.com. If you guys want to check them out, definitely check it out because as we are starting to manage a lot of campaigns for our clients, Yusuf, we're finding it, one, Apple's really hard to use and they know that. And two, it makes it easier. You have rules, different setups. So we'll get into the search ads platform as well, but I want to make sure you guys knew about searchads.com. But Yusuf, the main thing I want to start off with is the biggest question that we have. Let's say we have search ads running. How do we make sure it's profitable? How do we track? Can we track from a campaign level, from a keyword level, which keywords are driving the most revenue?
Yes, of course. This is doable, but to be able to do that, app owners needs to have an attribution partner to track the revenues that is attributed back to any ad element that you have on Apple Search Ads. So once you work with, let's say, Apps Flyer, Adjust, you name it, they're gonna be able to report to you which keywords bringing how much value, and that way you can optimize your activities based on the real outcome.
Now, I'm going to put you on the spot here, but do you guys have a preference with attribution partners?
Well, no, we are partners with each of them that you know in the market. Like we can start from Apps Flyer, Adjust, Singular, Coachella, you name it. We are already integrated with every single of them. So once you have them, we just enable our users to connect their Apple Search Ads account and their attribution partner to our platform. Once they have everything in one single dashboard, they will be able to make their decisions based on in-app conversions, whatever they're after. So the main KPI here might be a subscription. Their main KPI might be, getting the most ad revenue. So once we have all the data in one single dashboard, then we just understand what's bringing how much value. Well, this data enables us to, make the best decision, and then we take actions.
Got it. So we can see all of it right here too. Here, let me pull this up for you guys. So we can see all this data here with search ads. We can see impression, spend, and then subscription, app opens. And then if we are ad revenue based, you'll pull that data too. So like ad mob or any of that stuff.
Yes, okay. Exactly.
That's awesome, man. Hey, one of the things I wanted to talk to you about too was structuring the different campaigns. So when we're like, all right, let's get this up, let's get this going. How do we go about structuring some of the campaigns? What are your best practices? I created a video about this, but I'm curious to know how you guys like to set up your campaigns.
Well, first of all, I need to state this. At the moment, at searchads.com, we have $21 million monthly spent going through our platform. So it means we have like tons of different apps using platform, and we just can observe their best practices. But as you know, I mean, I just watched your video. We follow the same recommended structure, but I mean, in some cases, it's not enough. We just try to get further actions by utilizing our intelligence data. So by intelligence data, we are able to show our users what other of your competitors are bidding in which keywords and how their impression share is fluctuating in those keywords. That way, our AI system can understand the competition and gives you insights about that. So let's say if you don't have enough impression share, well, it means there is a lot room for you to grow for this particular keyword. Or if you think you're not able to get enough impressions to scale up, well, we have another solution about that. We easily help our users to duplicate their campaign structure for different audience targets, and that way they're going to be able to increase their impression share. So this intelligence power and automation power comes together, and it helps. It just makes things easier for our users by using this platform.
I love it. Yeah, I know one of the things that you guys were talking about was like, yeah, what was it? 20 million, 21 plus million a month?
21 million a month going through our platform.
Sorry, I was talking over. How much was it?
I mean, $21 million a month.
21 million. Wow, that's impressive. Hey, one of the things I want to talk to you about too, and one of the problems that we've seen is it's maintaining these keywords are a pain in the butt, right? So what are some like popular, I know there's some automation tools. What are some popular tools that you're like, hey, from the get-go, here's some rules that you should set up because we make it easy for you guys?
Yes, actually, this is quite related to your previous question. I mean, the best recommended structure requires you to focus on the different keywords in different levels. So, as you know, on App Store, or it is same in Google Play as well. The majority of downloads happening from after a search. So Apple reports that like last year, 60% of all users comes from downloaded the desired app after a search, but like half of this search volume comes from branded terms. So people see the app in other different platforms. Maybe they're exposed in Facebook, and they come to App Store and just make a search for brand. So this requires Apple Search Ads practitioners to start bidding to brand keywords. So for brand keywords, you should be targeting your own brand name so that you won't miss your traffic, because otherwise some other people would be bidding your brand term and they would be stealing your existing potential traffic. Vice versa. Since your competitors are bidding your brand keyword, also you should be bidding your competitor's brand. So these brand terms should be structured under different campaigns so that you can target them, so that you can acquire those users for your app. The critical part here, you need to split those brand terms for your brand campaign and for your competitor brand campaign. The reason we just split them into two different campaigns is the metrics you're going to get from those two campaigns will be different. So you can expect that you're going to have lower costs from your brand terms, and you could expect that you can have higher costs from your competitor brands. So having different metrics would make your life miserable if you put all the elements in one basket. That's why we recommend you split the brand terms, competitor brands and your own brand keywords. The next part, obviously, people are searching for generic terms. For example, if I were to find a men fitness app, I would write fitness and I would see the ads. So that kind of keywords should be classified in another campaign, and you should target them there and to see if they're performing well for you or not. And the other one, obviously, so there is this statistics. I used to work in SEO field before Apple Search Ads like 3 years ago. I had a statistic. It was quite interesting. Google says that, I don't know how many search happening on Google, but every day 81% of the searches happens for the first time. It means no matter how good you are in keyword research, people are using different search terms every day. So it is not possible for you to guess guess about them and put them in your campaign structure. That's why, as a third campaign, you should be using discovery campaigns. Apple allows you to target them with search match on option. Once you do that, Apple just shows your app in relevant search terms to your app. So these 4 campaigns will help you to have a better structure, and it's going to be easy to manage. Well, after this campaign structure, let's come to the other question. There are a lot of, I mean, imagine that you'll be dealing with maybe hundreds of different keywords. If you're targeting like more than one country, imagine that you're running ads for 20 countries. You're going to have at least 80 campaigns, thousands of different keywords. So it is not possible for a human being to manage all of them, to track their metrics, and based on the metrics, make decisions and get actions. So on our platform, we have some automation ideas. I mean, and apart from automations, the system uses the machine learning and recommends you some new automations. Let me give you an example. So let's assume that you're running an ad for your fitness app, and you're targeting US men users, so male users. So you'll have like 50 different keywords under this generic campaign, and you're gonna have different metrics for those keywords. Here's what you can do with the system. Let's say your target cost per acquisition, which means cost per download on Apple Search Ads, is $3. And with the automation, the system, the searchads.com platform, just manages your Apple Search Ads activities in an automated way. So, for example, if the CPA of the keywords are less than $2.50, it seems this keyword is profitable for me. The system increases the bids of those keywords, so that you can improve your visibility for those keywords. If, again, in the same keyword group, if their CPA, cost per download, is higher than $2.50, well, it's a little bit higher than your expected or desired level, the system decreases the bids accordingly. So eventually, the system just prevents you to wasting your budget. It just cuts the budget from the not profitable keywords to the profitable keywords in an automated way. With that automation, you'll have a granular way of handling your UA budget.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, we got some questions. You ready, Yusuf?
Yeah.
Got some questions. All right, Bianca's got some great questions. Let me shout out Matthew. Matthew, I've added new medals to my app. They're exclusively for paid users. Interesting. Let us know how that goes, Matthew. And then Bianca asks, so you have a company like AppsFlyer to track. Can you track search ads all on your own too?
No, at the moment we don't provide this. You need to have your own attribution partner. You can use revenue tracking systems like RevenueCat. Once you have this, we integrate everything to our platform. Then you'll be able to see your data, and based on the outcomes, we can manage it. The automation idea I gave you like minutes ago, you can even do this for your in-app conversions. For example, you have a fitness app, and you want to have subscriptions at a cost of maximum $30. Well, that's good. You're in the right place. Then the system creates an automation for you, and you can easily put a target saying, okay, I want to have an average $30 cost per subscription. The bids will be adjusted according to the performances of the keywords.
And just to answer Bianca, on top of that, we're going to show off RevenueCat. So you can, I have a client that actually used RevenueCat with search ads. So he was able to grab a lot of the data from search ads in RevenueCat. So I guess there's some attribution related to search ads. Is that correct, Yusuf?
Yeah.
So to answer your question too, Bianca, is, search ads will tell you the downloads, the installs, but if you want the down funnel metrics of like, did these installs turn into revenues? Did these installs turn into real good users? That's when you need the attribution. Right, Yusuf?
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So that's what Yusuf is talking about too. All right, Bianca says, my issue with Discovery Campaign is that it lists low volume terms. When I look for what keywords are working for my app, how do you find out more about these keywords?
Well, I'm sorry, Bianca, you won't be able to discover this. So actually, this is all about the statistics that I just gave you. there are happening new search terms every day. People search new stuff. So I mean, you can understand from the name, they are low volume search terms. So Apple does not report these to you and even us. So they say that if a search term has less than 10 impression a day, so Apple thinks no need to give this. That's why you won't be able to do that, and that's why you need to keep discovery campaigns live with a portion of your total budget, because there will be a lot of related search terms coming in. In some cases, for example, if you have an established account structure, I mean, if this discovery campaign is not able to discover new keywords and the only statistics that you see there is low volume search terms, you should still keep them alive by utilizing negative keywords properly.
Okay, I like it. All right. And then Ram asks, is there a way to optimize the downloads to install ratio from search ads?
Well, yeah. So, so actually, once you have the attribution data, you'll be able to see the download and install ratio in the platform. And if you're after a desired level, like in average, we have like 85% download to install rate. So if this is acceptable for you, and if you don't want to spend money on lower ratio, so you just create an automation. If my ratio is, if the download to install ratio is less than 85%, then reduce the bid for this keyword, even pause this keyword. So this is not only it. You can easily just make your optimization based on, for let's say, install to trial start, install to subscription. Actually, the system tries to understand the intent-based users. For example, there will be some keywords that could be have more relevancy to your app, and for these keywords, if the user's intent is to buy your service, then you might have better download to install ratio or install to subscription ratio. For this intent, you just label your keywords on our platform, and these keywords are treated separately because they have better ratio.
Hey, Yusuf, you said 85%, the download install ratio. So like when somebody taps, I guess the right way of saying this is somebody looks at your product view page and then hits the download button. So you want to be 80. Is that what, I mean, what are you talking about the 85?
No, I meant by 85. So the downloads are the number of installs that Apple reports you. So let's say you see that you have 100 installs. It means those people downloaded your app. But if you have an attribution partner, you're going to be able to see attributed installs, which means the number of users who opened your app. So 85% means 85 out of every 100 users opens your app, which means they're engaging.
So you want to aim for that percentage?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to aim for 85% of your downloads open your app, essentially.
Yes. This is the average from our data.
Yeah, I like it. Okay. And then we were going to cover this. There's so many good questions coming in. I don't know how to.
Yeah.
All right, let me take a break. Let me give Yusuf a break, okay? I want to say hi to Matthew. He was here first. Welcome. Rudy was here second. I said second. It's the first loser. Okay, so coming back. Matthew's like, we're 1 minute late. We started, okay? Send a search party. I like it. We got Hassan third. Welcome, my friend. And then Bianca, obviously we said hi to you. Taha, he's here too. He's sneaking in. You want to make sure we're doing a good job. Jared is here, and then Yunus.
Yeah, he is from our development team. He is one of the magicians behind this product.
Oh, good. Okay, so you guys had any problems? Like, remember this name, all right? Reach out to him, bombard him if there's any problems. Adrian from Celtic Whispers is here. How you doing? Patrick is here, and then we got.
Yeah, she's from one of us. Hi, Jenna.
Cool. Stop taking credit, man. I want to pretend like this is for me. Okay? They're here for me. Right? They're not here for you, okay? How about that?
No, she just texted me. She's here for you.
Okay, good. All right, let's get back to the questions. All right, the half-life divided. Okay, half-life divided. Sorry, my eyesight sucks. All right, how does Apple search ads impact keyword rankings? What's the relationship with ASO?
Well, actually, this is a really good question, half-life divided. We believe actually, we don't believe we have some, supporting stats here with us. Yes, Apple search ads and App Store optimization. I mean, ISO rankings affects each other. Actually, if you go to searchads.com and go to blog posts, there are a couple of case studies
I'll
there.
go there.
So actually, maybe Taha can send you the link. Maybe you can share in the screen. Steve, here's how it
Yeah, here,
works.
let's go. Apple search ads.
Yeah, you just check out. There are quite good, useful resources there for everybody. It doesn't require to use our platform only. There are really good use case scenarios. So, well, to answer this question, I'll give you a stat. So there is this app. They are working on personal finance. They were targeting this money management keyword in the UK, and their organic ranking for this keyword was below 30. So their bid was around, I think, $4. And on the other hand, there was another app, and they were also targeting money management keyword. So their ranking for this keyword was in the first five, or in the top five. And this second app with the higher organic ranking was did have around $2.50 bid, whereas the other one had $4. So the lower bid had quite higher impression and quite lower CPA values. So this tells us your app's relevancy in ASO listings has a big impact on your Apple search ads costs. So I mean, this is my comment, by the way. I mean, there should be like maybe tens of, maybe 100 apps trying to get visibility on money management keyword, and Apple, in my opinion, does not and does not get all of the apps at the same time to the auction. So it gets, I mean, the frequency of those apps are gotten in the auction, it changes based on your relevancy, because all ad platforms, it's not only Apple search ads, tries to show the relevant ad to the searcher. So how relevant your app is, the indication is your ASO ranking. This is the first part of Apple search ads and ASO relation. The vice versa, the other way around also works. So on Apple search ads dashboard, you can see your organic rankings of the keywords that you're bidding. Because I mean, our parent company is Mobile Action, and we have one of the best ASO tools out there. So based on this data, we are reporting this to our clients and in a holistic way. So imagine that you're just trying to optimize your ASO listing page. You just make your metadata, changes, or maybe screenshots, app icons. Eventually, you want to get ranked for this particular keyword. So if the algorithm, the organic ranking algorithm thinks that your app is relevant, maybe you're going to start ranking at 30th rank organically. But once you're there, it's not going to be possible that you're going to get a lot of impression. So in order you to be, ramping up, your tap through rate and conversion rate should be good values than the other competitors in the rankings. So once you start bidding to those keywords on Apple search ads, and if you have better TTR and CR values, then you start ramping up quickly. So we have this kind of data set for particular clients or for all of our clients, and we see this positive correlation. You need to have better, good CR and TTR values on Apple search ads to be able to, find out what's working for you. I mean, there is this feature on Apple. You just need to use creative sets.
Got it. So you're saying that, because I'm trying to take notes at the same time, you're saying that, hey, if you have a high click-through rate, tap through rate, and you have a high conversion rate on Apple search ads, then there's a good lift from an organic perspective for that particular keyword.
Yes, especially the organic ranking of the keyword is below like 20 or 30.
Yeah, that's what I heard too, Yusuf, like that. If it's low in the rankings, then it does impact your organic. Apple will help you get up there. But if you're already high, it might not. Because in the beginning of Apple search ads, man, it was like, boom, like you'd be in the top 10 for a keyword if you're running search ads. But these days, it seems like if you're far out and it's a brand new app, then it's a good way to try to grow that organically, get that little bit of a lift.
Yeah.
On that note, Bianca has a great question. See, she says, have you ever heard of a hack where with the search ad system, you try to game it and you put a really high cost per tab, but then, you know, there's an optional cost per acquisition goal and you put that really low. Have you heard of that?
That's interesting. We don't recommend to use CPA goal mostly because once you do that, it just, we feel that, I mean, we see this many times. It cuts our chance to scale up. Why do people use CPA goal? Because they want to make sure that they won't exceed this, cost per download targets. But in that, once you do that, I don't know how it works on Apple side. Your ad group, this ad group is not able to spend the budget you're providing there. This is most of the time the case. That's why we just recommend not to do it, and that's why we have the automation sequence that takes care of on behalf of you.
Yeah.
So I mean, about the hack, and Bianca, I'm gonna check this out. If there's any case like that, maybe I'll have an answer later.
Bianca's responded, of course, I tried the hack, but it didn't work for me. So thank you for reporting that. That is interesting. Apple, even specifically, I talked to them and they said, don't put a cost per acquisition goal, because we used to do that too. And we've removed all the cost per acquisition goal too. All right, Yusuf. So we got to give Dustin what he wants. He's just here for the dad jokes. You ready for dad jokes?
Well, okay, I have one.
You have one? Okay. You want to start, or I let the guest pick? So it's usually we play for a drink. Loser pays for a drink. Okay. When we get to meet up again.
Oh, okay. Then eventually all the drinks on me then.
Hey, I don't want any of the search ads always voting for you. Okay. So let's make it fair. Okay.
No, they don't like me much. So
okay,
don't worry.
All right. You want to start off, or you want me to start off?
Yeah, you go.
Okay, I'll go. All right. I found something for all these little all the developers out there. All right, Yusuf, why do programmers prefer the dark? Because the light attracts bugs. I put another tag. You want to hear another tag that I put in there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because the Java keeps them up.
Aha, good. Good.
The light's better. Okay, what's your joke?
Okay, I only know 25 letters of the alphabet.
Oh yeah? How come?
I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm getting professional. I got these jokes.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a talk show. I feel really good.
I figured out finally how to do this on live on.
It's like late night show.
All right, we got an app. David wants feedback on ASO and his subscription model. So I've got the app loaded on my phone, but from an ASO perspective, Yusuf, you want to start off?
So actually, I just tried to check out what's happening in this industry. I just used mobile action platform. So stand up and smart reminder keywords has a good chunk of search volume. And what I see, the apps are listing in this, the stand up and smart reminder keywords. They don't have enough, much rating count. So it looks like this is a good niche.
Yeah, that is interesting. And I think he's doing a good job with the keywords here, David. So good job on your app store app title, and then water, movement, food reminder. I think since it already has reminder, I might try to put like tracker in here rather than reminder. Yeah. That just might be the way I go at it. But the one thing that I think you should be working on, David, it looks like a brand new app, but you got to get some reviews in this app as much as possible. And so water, movement, reminder, enable notifications, keep up to your health, easy to set up, dark mode, etc. Looks good here. Let's see what the monetization looks like. It's a monthly, yearly access. We had a past guest that you might want to look up, David, Water Llama. He improved his acquisition a lot. I forget what the percentage was, but we kind of worked with him. He's part of the App Masters Elite community. But anyways, essentially you might want to check that out because it's a very similar app as well. Okay. And I think Everything else looks pretty good. I might test the icons, and then within search ads, if you are running some search ads, you might want to test the order of these screenshots, the creative test, kind of like what you talked about, Yusuf, because I know from a friend of mine, he said it is valuable. And the way that, the relationship with ASO as well is like, hey, if you're finding that certain 3 screenshots are converting better, that's what my friend did. He found out within search ads that, hey, these first 3 are better than the current default 3 that he had. So swap the order around. So I've been a proponent of like making sure I don't overlap anymore. While visually looks cool, I don't want to overlap my screenshots anymore, because I want to be able to test the order of the screenshots, especially now that Apple has A/B testing. It's supposed to be coming out soon. I don't like to overlap my screenshots anymore.
Well, that's a good comment. I want to put a comment around Apple search ads here. I'm not sure if David is gonna run any, but so this app is not focusing on the one thing. It's a water reminder, it's a food reminder, it's a like movement tracker kind of thing. So
Right.
the app has different features. So it means different kind of users. So what I do, I would just try to prepare screenshots that are focusing on only one item, like photo reminder and food reminder and movement tracker. So then on Apple Search Ads, I would create different ad groups for different use cases. So let's say I have an ad group that includes water reminder related keywords, and then I would create a creative set for this specific ad group. Whenever someone searches for it, I would show water reminder related screenshots so that I can have better tap through rates, better conversion rates. This just results in a very profitable way. We just had seen a lot of times. Once you do it right, you just cut your budget up to 30%.
Yeah.
Another story, it is kind of a preparation for iOS 15 expected updates. I am quite excited, by the way, about this. So we'll be able to prepare every different custom pages, so that we can just try to make our potential users tempted by the messaging we're going to provide with screenshots.
Okay, I like it. All right, let's get into the app itself. Add to stream. There you go. Stand up. Let's take a look at his monetization. Let's figure this out. Add notifications. What's this? Okay. I can't do anything. The plus sign, I'm tapping on the plus sign, but I can't do anything. All right, next. All right. Okay. I didn't feel like it added a lot, David. I don't know how you feel, Yusuf. I'm just like, okay, bro, like that wasn't, there's a lot of text. I didn't read any of it, but it's pretty easy app that I don't know if I needed to do that. Okay, you want to enable. So we just did this A/B test too. By the way, in the audience, Yusuf, if you guys have some case studies that you want to show up, I've been trying to do which test one and essentially show you. So what we found is if you just show this default pop-up, it's more effective than trying to do a double opt-in, which David, you're currently doing. So I'm going to hit don't allow, but like doing a double opt-in, not as effective as just showing up the pop-up. And if I could reorganize this audit, what I would do is lead with the benefits, not like how to do something. Nobody cares about how to do something. You want to lead with the benefits. So what is the benefit? Stay hydrated all day. Make sure you are stretching throughout the day. These are the benefits of the app versus you showing me 3 screens about how to add in a push notification, which, come on, it's easy. It's a big old plus button. I'll figure it out. Okay. I don't know if you got any feedback there. So one of the other best practices is definitely have this pricing page that I'm about to see during that welcome flow. And we have a new case study that's coming up, so I'm not going to tease you with it, but essentially do a couple of different screens and then show the pricing page. That is the best practice. That is what we've seen be more effective. So you definitely want to have this screen, David, right during that welcome sequence. So change your welcome sequence around. Stop telling me how to do something. I'll figure that part out. Show me the benefits of your app. Warm me up, then pow, hit me with this pricing page. I think right now, Yusuf, I feel like the yearly's so low, like $549. Like I think you can test that. That's why I would check out that Water Llama app. I think he's charging $8 and it's a lifetime. It's hard to get him on subscription. That might be one thing to test out too for him.
Well, I mean, I am really into, working on app economics. This
Mm,
playing around with different subscription models and trying to find the best performing, best converting version. So maybe David should, try to find out which subscription model is performing best.
yeah. And I like this, right? Like you can go food, drink. So make sure you drink from 9 to 3 every 1 hour, every 2 hours, maybe 1 hour. Make sure I remind myself to drink a glass of water. So I hit save, fill up the other information. What are you talking about? Okay. I like the default, David. I would have left it at default. Let me change it, but allow me to save. Don't make me go in there. If I wanted to change it, great. But if I didn't and I was happy with your default, like let me just go. Okay. The other thing that's missing here, David, too, is this is completely blank. Make sure you're missing 2 key areas. All right. About over 90% of your in-app purchases, your subscriptions are going to come from 2 areas. 68% roughly is going to come from that welcome flow. And then about 25% is going to come from this homepage. And you are hiding it, my friend, in this little subscribe in the settings. Under 10% will come from that. So make sure you have your pricing page somewhere on here. Go premium. Whatever the benefits are to going premium, lead with that. So no adverts. I think, the unlimited notifications might be a thing because I don't know what's limited here. But look at our Which Test one. We did a thing about pricing pages. It'll give you all the great examples of what a high converting pricing page is as well. Because right now it's pretty ugly if I'm being mean. If I'm being nice, if I'm being nice about it, it needs a lot of jazzing up because this thing is so stinking huge. But hey, little thing, hey, unlimited notification, so tiny. But then it's like, hey, look at this big old price. It's so tiny about the benefits. So I think I would fix that too.
There is this very effective subscription page structure.
Yeah.
So I think I saw it on Thomas Petit's tweets. So it was like showing a timeline for the user, what's gonna happen next once they start trial. So this timeline shows them, okay, you start trial today. In the 5th day, we're gonna send you a reminder that your trial will about to be ending in the 5th day, and in the 7th day, if you just unsubscribe, your subscription will start. So they say that, even Blinkist is using the same structure. They report that the conversion rates increases above 20% with this the timeline structure. Maybe David can try this out as well.
Yeah, I really like that. I think Blinkist, Duolingo is starting to do that. It is just essentially saying, hey, you start your free trial. If it's a 7-day trial, on day 5, we'll notify you so you can cancel it. And then on day 7, you're going to pay, but you can cancel anytime. So it makes the user feel good about it. Yeah, we've run some tests on our clients too for that. All right.
Good.
Yusuf, you want to see who won? Let's see. Let's see what the results say, okay? Ram says Steve. Subgrow said why. So we're tied. Celtic.
Yep.
Steve.
Yeah.
Bianca. Come on, Bianca. All right. Now we're tied 2-2. Got one more tiebreaker. He stabbed you in the back. Taha. Go to me. You're down 1, my friend.
Stab my back. Okay, Taha, I will see you, bro.
Okay. Well, one thing that I want to add on too is Adrian from Celtic Whispers. He says he's trying out the hack about a high cost per tap, low cost per acquisition. He says when it does work, he has seen it be very low cost per acquisition, but early days. So we'll see. It's an interesting hack. Okay. And then Bianca, love the sound effects. Thank you. We do have the canned laughter. I couldn't find a good canned laughter. Okay. Let me say this. Half divide, life divided. I've noticed a lot of apps are switching to 3-day trial versus 7-day. Do you have any data on which is best? What about you, Yusuf? Do you have any data on this?
No.
Okay. What I can add is it's worth testing. Obviously, it's very app dependent, but what we have seen just on our end is the 3-day had led to like more cancellations. And so one of our clients, we did this 7-day, 3-day thing, and it led to more cancellations. So we found the sweet spot to be 7 days, but again, it's worth really testing with your apps. I feel like 7 days is a nice sweet spot. And 3 days, when they do subscribe, they're like, I better cancel now because I'm going to forget in 3 days. I feel like it's a little bit rushed. So that's just my feedback. But again, it's been small sample size.
Steve, I want to
Yes,
ask about this, like 3 day versus 7 day. So there, I have a couple of users, like I think maybe more than 10. They use this structure. So they offer 7 day trial. I mean, at the end of 7 day, they're gonna have monthly subscription and yearly
Mhm.
subscription options after 7 day trial, and then they put another option that has a quite good price, but you're not gonna have trial. You need to buy this yearly subscription right away.
Yeah.
So we see good results. I mean, at least from Apple Search Ads side of the things. But do you have any idea how it works?
So tell me again, like
You
you
have
have,
three options. The first
okay.
one is 7 day trial and monthly subscription. Second one is 7 days trial and yearly subscription.
Uh-huh.
And the third one, no trial, but a really good price
Got it.
for yearly subscription.
I love that. I love that idea. I don't have any data to do this, but yeah, I love that idea. That's pretty, I really like that. Like 50% off or
Yeah.
something. I'm all about,
Yeah.
so I do this. There's this study that I read called Predictably Irrational, and it's called having a decoy plan, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like A, B, and then an A minus, because then you want A to be the one that people buy, right? And what they did, when I like really that, what they did there was A minus is the yearly with the trial, where A is where they want more people to go into. And so I really like that idea a lot. Love that. All right. Patrick gave you a vote. That was a late vote, Patrick. Yeah, we need one more person to vote, okay? So I hope you guys got it. If you haven't voted, please put a vote in, because you know this is very serious. Yusuf and I are very serious about our dad jokes. Okay, and then Celtic Whispers. Adrian says, "Hey Yusuf, my ASA dashboard is showing installs without any impressions or taps. Is this organic discovery outside of ASA?"
I guess Celtic, this is happening lately.
Oh, okay.
This is not the this is, you're not the only one. We've gotten a lot of complaints about our clients as well, but I think this is a temporary situation happening on Apple's dashboard. By the way, this is not the only problem. Sometimes you put your daily cap and the campaign spends a lot higher than your daily cap. So what I heard, it's going to be fixed soon. This
Okay.
is like kind of a bug. I think they stayed in dark.
Yeah, it feels that way. All right. And then Ram asks, let's see how we are on time. 45. Okay. Ram asks, do Apple Search Ads Basic or Advanced Discovery campaign give keyword attribution, or does Apple hide that information?
So keyword, I mean, Search Ads Basic, you won't have any attribution solution for that. But for the advanced discovery one, yeah, you can get attribution, but it's not going to be in search term level, because if you want to get keyword level attribution, you need to take this search terms in your discovery campaign, if you see potential, and add them as an exact match to another generic campaign. That way you're going to have keyword level attribution. So actually, this is kind of a day-to-day task for an Apple Search Ads practitioner. They should be taking care of, having a look at all the time what kind of search terms your app was seen, and you should be taking a note of the current metrics coming from Apple Search Ads. If you see potential, because the search term is bringing a good TTR, CPR, CR, and maybe CPA, so then take it and add it as an exact match to see if it is bringing real value. Actually, on searchads.com dashboard, we have a automation rule for that. So you just say that, okay, if a search term under discovery campaign has spent more than, let's say, $20 in the last 2 days, and in the meantime the CPA for this search term is less than, let's say, $1, then this is a promising search term for me. Take it for me, add it to my exact match ad group, and in the meantime put this search term as negative in the discovery campaign. So with that, you won't miss any potentially growing keyword from your eyes. So it's going to be handled.
That's awesome. And I'm sure it goes the other way. Hey, if this keyword in the discovery campaign is not doing well, make it as a negative in the discovery campaign.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so cool.
Exactly.
That's so cool. All right. Ton, Hi back to you. You're late, but welcome. All right, let's Half-Life Divided. I've seen lots of top grossing apps with using two options: yearly with free trial, monthly with no trial. The year is like 50% off. Maybe it's working well. Yeah, that's another practice too. We have seen that work well. Mix matching the trials. Like sometimes the yearly has more of a trial where the monthly has less of a trial. That's another way of doing it too. But I really like what you said. Yearly with no trial, but super cheap. I like that.
And I can tell you that so the latest case I had, they had like 70% of their subscriptions come from this very discounted yearly subscription. So they were quite happy with it.
Wow. Did they A/B test, or was it like they just
Yeah,
made
yeah,
live?
yeah. No, they just tried it out. They
Okay.
to see which is converting the best in terms of highest revenue.
All right. Let's talk about that later on after we're done with the lead.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. I like that. All right, Bianca, and then we'll get into the dad joke and the last app audit. Bianca asked, in order to be a successful newbie app, do you feel like search ads is essential to do every month, or for how long? It's a great question. What do you think, Yusuf?
Well, so as long as you have an app, you're gonna be listed on App Store. So as long as you are listed on App Store, you should be doing Apple search ads. Well, for newbie app as well. So actually, there was this new app working with us. They're tracking symptoms for your health, and it was quite a new app. And then they started doing Apple search ads, but their listing was not quite good, and they weren't able to get impressions. We just told them, okay, while you're updating, you were putting your new update to App Store, just try to make some optimization. They did. And in 2 days they start getting impressions. And as I told you in the previous story, their ASO and ASA performance increased rapidly. They're quite happy at the moment. And if you have a budget, if you have a monetization model, you should be doing Apple searches all the time. Remember, 60% of all downloads becomes after a search.
What did they optimize? Going back to that client, what did they optimize where they started to see an uplift?
What happened? They didn't know at the beginning which keywords that their potential users are searching for. We realized that by checking out their competitors' organic rankings and the discovery campaign results, we just realized that they needed to put some certain keywords in their ASO listing. So once they did, they start ranking at least 200 new keywords like in less than 2 days. With this new relevancy, they started getting a lot of impression from quite relevant keywords. So this is the magic. If you have a lot of keywords that you are able to spend money on Apple search ads, you have a lot of room to grow. You have a lot of room to optimize. So it's all mathematical equation at the end of the day.
Okay, we're gonna do a YouTube series on Apple search ads. So I'm gonna save some of the questions I have on that note, little teaser. Make sure you guys stay into for that. But one thing on that note, as a newbie app, when you're just setting up search ads, I don't even know what to do here, but what is the ideal cost per tap? That's that starting one. When you're just starting a campaign, how should you figure out the cost per tap? Because Apple gives you like, here's a recommended, but what should you put in there?
Well, Apple's recommendation comes from, Apple's own data, and you don't know what to bid for a new app to start Apple search ads. What we do in such cases, hey guys, are you after this like 50 keywords? Okay, put them in your campaign and start bidding, let's say $1. We can expect that $1 won't work. Maybe Apple's recommendation is $5 bid, but we start from $1. Then we set an automation saying that, hey, you know what? Run an automation for these 50 keywords and just do this. If the number of impression for any keyword in this list is less than 10 for the last, let's say, 12 hours, increase my bid by 5%. This automation runs until you get enough impressions. And then now, bingo, you know what to bid for the keyword.
That's so awesome. Okay, I love it. All right. Way easier than what I've been doing. It's like, oh, why is there no impression? Let's increase the cost per tap. Hey, Yusuf, it's the trick, like back to your client. Now I'm thinking about this too, because we try to do this for a client where their app, the type of app, has no keyword volume, right? Like it's a beautifully done app. Everything's done right. And I was like, you know what? Let's test some of the competitors. Like what are other keywords that we might be able to go after. And so think of like a eco app, and then I'm like, well, maybe it's like, you know, people who own Teslas and electric cars, people who have smart homes, because their specific keyword just has not a lot of traffic volume, right? And I can see that with mobile action. So is it because we got no visibility, like no impressions whatsoever? We made a really high cost per tap. But back to what you said, optimizing the ASO, like, is it a matter of just making sure that we have those keywords in our meta field that we are bidding on with search ads too?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly what you should be doing. And I mean, there might be some quite new ideas that you can't find any keywords that could be related to this app. Even if there are some keywords, they have quite low search volume. Well, that's fine. Then you need to broaden your perspective here. You can find, I mean, you can just, in that case, try to find intent and your app match. So there might not be the exact keywords with search volume who could be using to get your app, but you can just focus, try to manipulate those users. Maybe you can try to get visibility for a keyword that could be slightly relevant to your app. So let's give an example about that. Let's say you have a water reminder app, but there is no any search volume for water reminder. Okay, so you can start running ads for bed reminder keyword, but you should put a screenshot that will relate to bed reminder. Okay, you're searching for bed reminder, but drinking water is even more important. Right. So that kind of benchmarking could help you out on Apple search ads.
Got it.
It's kind of demand driving approach and intent based approach.
All right, I like it. I know we have a couple of more questions, so we'll get to your questions too. But all right, Yusuf, we're tied. So let's this is the last round. This is gonna usually we're tied at this round, but all right.
It means we're gonna have 2 pints, one on you, one on me.
Oh, there you go. I like that. I like that idea too. All right, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
Okay, I don't have any. You just go first.
Okay,
let me find one.
All right, Yusuf. So do some homework. All right, my alphabet. Go to your alphabet thing. My alphabet soup made me go to the bathroom. My alphabet soup made me go to the bathroom. I had a vowel movement. All right, what you got, my friend?
So what do you call a poor Santa Claus?
A poor Santa Claus. What do you call him?
San Nicholas.
San Nicholas.
San Nicholas.
I got it. I love it. Okay, let me ask you this question while I prep the next one. Grace is here, and we're gonna give her some feedback. We've got Viet says, "Do you think the number of ratings is important? Is important? And what's the average? Okay. Do you think the number of ratings is as important as the average rating? So is it okay if I have 5 ratings, but I have 5.0? What do you think is more important there?"
Well, obviously the volume is important as well. I mean, but there is one more metric that is important, that is as equally important as the others, is the rating velocity. So if you're getting, if your app is constantly getting ratings in a good rate, I don't mean the rating itself, in a good velocity, then you're gonna have a better deal here.
I like it.
So it's not only app rating, it's not only app count, rating count, it's also rating velocity.
All right, let me bring this up. Cool. All right, so we've got Grace who wants us to take a look at her app, and she just wants general feedback. So she did send me some things. I'm sorry, Grace, I wasn't able to pull it, but we will take a look at the other app too later on as we get into this. So let me pull up your app, Grace. Boop. Let me see if I can pull up the new UI. She did email me the new UI. If I can pull it up. Welcome to NoteQuest. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Yep, for a conversation. Okay, this is interesting. I got it here. Anything on this front that you want to call out, Yusuf?
Well, it's your area, so let me follow you.
Okay, let me pull this up because I have her new onboarding. And as a reminder, guys, if you guys want us to take a look at your app, just go fill out the form at masters.com/audit. There it is, at masters.com/audit, and we'll take a look at it and you can fill it out. And there's a paid version too. So if you want to sit down with me for an hour and go through your app, we can do that as well. All right, and we can do test flights. So if you got test flights or beta versions, those are probably good fits for us. All right, so let's go through this new welcome flow that she has here, and I will share my, bring this up again. View. My mouse is running out of batteries. Okay. Bridge the gap between single notes and real sight reading. Okay. So I don't have stats, Yusuf, but I really am thinking towards not having this so many options and almost forcing people to go through the 3 slides. Now, again, I don't have data to back this up, so it's worth testing. But I was looking at another client. We're kind of like looking at different things, and she was telling me that when she had these buttons, people were just looking at one screen and clicking the done, you know, like start 7-day trial or learn more, which I feel like it's good to just, if it's 3 different screens, for me to just swipe through. So I kind of feel like, again, no data, this is just my hunch. So I would love for you guys to test this out, but like just show the 3 screens, make them go through it, and then show them the pricing page, which is, you know, the best practice. So, all right. Yeah, see, like, Grace, you probably want this. What's your current level? You probably want that data. So if you force them to like skip, I don't know where this learn more goes to. If you force them to skip, then you might not get that data. So I'd rather get this data. What's your current level? Take a tour to see how easy it is. Okay. And then pricing page. Okay, cool. So she's got a 2-week free trial on the lifetime, a 1-week trial on the thing, on the yearly and monthly. I like your idea, man. I really like your idea. Maybe I would do this. I would test that.
You just try that. Just test and let me know how it goes.
Yeah. So one thing that I would say for you, Grace, as we're looking at this is do a longer pricing page. Definitely check out that video, guys. I go, which test 1 pricing strategies. What missing here is, you know, what I said in the video is like, nobody wants to upgrade, right? Like there's, unless it's like, I want to up, I think for me, it's like learn piano faster. Like that's the benefit. Lead with the benefit, not with the action. And then what I would do is I like the pricing here, put what's included, what's free, what's basic, a features table like you would normally see on the web, any type of like SaaS product, you always see like, hey, here's what you get, right? Here's free, here's paid. And so definitely have that. And then like, I like the social proof here, but you can also add more social proof if you did all that. So the longer pricing pages across the board are converting better for our clients. So I would really try to do that as well. Okay. Anything else you want to cover here, Yusuf?
No.
Okay. Let me take a look at the app real quick. So
yep.
I kind of like this blue better, but hey, that's for you to test. Okay, looks like I can't, maybe I can't use the app without upgrading. Maybe not. That was a little bit confusing.
I think there's a button in the bottom.
Yeah. So I don't know exactly how to use this app. I want to practice. I think one thing that's missing too, Grace, is the pricing page when on this home screen. So definitely have the pricing page. I think I saw it during the welcome flow, and you definitely have it in your new welcome flow, but you don't have the pricing page on this particular home page. So you want to definitely have that there too. Yeah, there's a free section, Steve. Yeah, I'm sure there's. So, yeah, but I think you want to, I know this is pro. I still think you want to make sure people can get to your pricing page from this home page too. Yeah, still, I do think that you should still have it on this homepage, Grace. We just seen like the percentages prove out that the top 2 sources are going to be through the welcome flow and then this homepage. So I know it's locked, but it's a couple of taps away. What if the second open, I'm really interested, I want to buy, show me that too. It's like coming to a homepage, right? Like you said, you wouldn't go to searchads.com, mobileaction.co, app masters, and not see like a way to check out or contact us, set up a demo. Same thing here. Like on our homepage, we're trying to do everything we can to get you towards potentially working with us. Okay, thanks. Cool. All right, Yusuf, we got a couple of more questions. How are you on time?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Let's do it. All right,
fire
these are the
away.
last questions. Do. Okay. We got Half-Life Divided. This person's like really into it. It's hard to A/B test yearly subscriptions because the yearly retention rate is unknown. Any tips or estimates to use?
Well, they can use mobile action, the market intelligence. We just try to give insights there to see revenue estimations. Maybe they can help. But other than that, Steve, you might have better answers than mine.
Yeah, I think what I can say is, looking at the big guys too, I think it's like 2.5 years, because if I'm looking at most lifetime offers, they're usually about 2.5. So the yearly just has a way better retention rate. I know what I can say is you want to push people to the yearly as much as possible, because the monthly rate usually is about 3 months typically, and whereas the yearly, the churn is like, I don't know, they usually stay on for a couple of years. Like 2.5 is the estimate. And what I can also say is that once people are in the yearly, they're like, you just make more money up front, right? So the revenue that you're making is going to be a lot higher versus somebody with a monthly. They may stay on with the app for a couple of months and then unsubscribe. So regardless of what that churn looks like, the yearly is going to be a way lower churn than the monthly. So anything you can do to get people on the yearly is the way to go. All right. Bianca says, what's your advice on bidding your competitor's name and title in search ads?
Well, I recommend you to do that. So actually, I mean, sometimes people just, put like tens of different competitors at a time, and then they are able to spend quite a few money to each keywords. So once this is the case, you won't be able to understand if this competitor term is performing for you. What I suggest, I would just try to benchmark and classify your competitors, like the closest ones, the kind of like close but not close as close the others, and then try out them. So maybe maximum 5 to 10 competitor at a time, and yeah, it works, because if a user is searching for your competitor, then they're after your service as well. So I recommend you to do that.
All right, Yusuf, another question. I'll just keep it on you. How much does the category matter for ASO or ASA?
How much does the category matter for ASO ASA? Some apps like mine can go into App Store categories. Yeah, that's. I mean, we don't have any, relevant answer for Apple Search Ad. So it doesn't matter which category your app is in or not. So you just start running Apple Search Ads by targeting keywords.
Yeah, what I can also add, Grace, is sometimes it makes a difference, sometimes it doesn't. So if you want to test that, go ahead and test that, but make sure you don't change anything else, so that you can say, hey, this category change led to an increase in downloads. Maybe you get more visibility in a less competitive category. But I don't think with Apple Search Ads, I don't think there's a huge difference, because it's really probably forced on the metadata too. All right. And Adrian, we'll end with Adrian, and we'll have to say goodbye. Hi, Yusuf. Why? Adrian, he's so kind, right? He's always says, hi, Yusuf. Make sure you remember me. Why would a competitor bid on my brand name when I have a relatively unknown indie app? Is there a con trick by Apple to get you to spend more money?
Well, Apple, I don't know where I read this, but it was saying that Apple started Apple Search Ads initiative. Well, people want to pay for get traffic. Well, why not? We're not getting their money. So yeah, this is a money business. But why would a competitor bid on your brand name while your app is so small? Well, I don't know how big your app is, but if a direct competitor which has a bigger traffic than yours, and if they're using discovery campaign, so your
Right.
brand name might be captured. So that's why you should protect your brand.
Yeah, that's what I immediately thought too. Yusuf was like, hey, it's probably a discovery campaign because
Yeah.
that's just easier than trying to figure all that out too. And sometimes we do find some good keywords, but then, for bigger clients that we're running search ads, it's usually a discovery campaign. I want to,
Yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
and on the other hand, I want to add here something. I mean, if Celtic wants to know which keywords are bidded by which apps, I mean, you can go to searchads.com and just search for keyword, and the system is going to tell you which apps are bidding to this keyword. So, and then you can easily click on your direct competitors app, and then you're going to see in which countries they're active and in which countries, what kind of keywords they're bidding. And with that keyword knowledge, I mean, intelligence, you're gonna know what to do.
All right, guys, you guys got all this information. I'm going to put up, go check out searchads.com. You can get started for free. What's the free versus paid, Yusuf?
You're gonna have 14 days free trial,
Mm-hmm.
but if you don't have a big budget, it's okay. You go to mobileaction.co. We have a campaign running there. We're just gonna give you Apple Search Ads platform and ASO platform all together for free. Just go check
Wow.
out mobileaction.co. It's gonna help you to get acquainted with ASO and ASA relationship and all the features that we provide here.
Man, you guys are making some big moves over here. I love it because I know you guys are doing. And if you want to search
Go
free search
go
ads
to
audit too,
go
yeah,
to
go ahead.
pricing. Yeah. We do Apple Search as auditing. Actually, our system does it. Once you integrate your Apple Search as data, you'll start getting 9 different audits as an email.
Wow.
So on the left hand side, you're gonna see ASO Love ASA.
Yeah,
So just enroll it. It's gonna be
that's awesome.
quite fancy.
It's a great
Yeah.
deal. It's a great deal. Thank you guys for doing this because I'm a big fan of you guys, and so I'm super
Thank
excited
you,
to be
bro.
working with you guys as
Thank you,
well
bro.
on this. But yeah, look, Yusuf gave you a lot of stats, how to set this up, and then utilize their automation tools to really help you manage it. Trust me, from somebody who's been doing it manually, that it's going to save you a lot of headache and a lot of time, and you can see it all on one dashboard. And the best thing is a lot faster than going to searchads.apple.com. That thing is freaking slow. So kudos to you, to Yusuf. So once again, it is mobileaction.co. You can get ASO and ASA, or if you just want to check out the ASA part, just go to searchads.com. Super simple. They got it. I remember when, how do you say his name? Aiku?
I could.
Aikut. Okay. Aikut. I always mess it up. Aikut was like, hey, we got searchads.com. I was like, what? That's amazing. So kudos to you guys. Yusuf, if the audience wants to connect with you personally, do you want to send them anywhere else besides mobileaction.co and searchads.com?
Drop me a line, Yusuf at searchads.com.
Yes, sir.
We'll be connected there, or just add me on LinkedIn, Yusuf Barutcu. So see you there.
All right. Well, all that should be linked up into the YouTube description. Maybe not his email because I don't want that up publicly, but his LinkedIn is on there, so you can definitely check him out. Yusuf, thank you so much, brother, for coming on and doing this.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me, Steve. I enjoyed a lot every second, and thank you very much for every participant here.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Hey, we're going to do, so one thing just so you guys know what's coming up is we've got a YouTube series that we're going to do with Yusuf talking all about search ads that expands way beyond a lot of the things we talked about too, but way beyond the series that I put together myself. We're going to do that in collaboration with searchads.com and to show you all these little cool automation tricks. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And then next week, we've got a friend of mine, Sylvain Goucher, who's running growth at Babbel, and we're going to talk about, and he has a cool little website called Growth Gems, and we're going to talk all about monetization, the best practices when it comes to welcome flow. So we're going to test some of these things that Yusuf has been talking about as well with the huge discount, no trial on the yearly. So make sure you come in next Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific, talking with my friend Sylvain. Yusuf, thank you so much.
Okay, say hi to Sylvain. I'll be there. I love his Growth Gems. So you're gonna love. So that's it.
I love it.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Have a
Hey,
great
Yusuf,
weekend.
stay
See you
on.
next-
I want to talk to you a little bit. But thank you guys. Have a great
Yeah.
weekend. I'll talk to you guys next week.